Of tomorrow. The pit of my own making was not dug in a day, but whittled down through strong stone and vital root, tooth and nail. The tools were inconsequential, for they are all the same in the end. Some kill you faster than others, and some just break you down but keep you in a facade of living. Was it pain of loss, desperation, sadness? It didn't matter in the end what excuse was used for pity's sake. There was nothing out of reach for the boundless human spirit, and there lay the tragedy of forgiveness. Why suffer today what could be tackled tomorrow? There was always tomorrow to change. Today could be one of indulgence, sloth, for tomorrow would be the end. Surely, so today was better spent drowning so as not to regret missing the taste of ash in one's mouth. Why continue doing something that gives no joy but only numbs? The mind will find countless answers, but none soothe the guilt. The excuses run the gamut. The blame can shift with the wind. But actions speak louder than words, and promises for tomorrow mean nothing when they become another wasted yesterday. Loss of control is akin to death. The loss of self and degradation of the soul is a slow process that you are blind to until one day you see the dull and lifeless gaze looking back from the mirror. But you won't do anything today. That is the battle of tomorrow. Today is already corrupted, flawed, tainted. But what to do when the flower of youth fades, and there are no more tomorrows? That in itself is an easy lie. What is a year? What is the effort of a day to that of a decade? Again, it could all start tomorrow. But every step feels treacherous when there is no path laid before you. One wrong step is worth 1,000 never taken. They can be corrected. They can be adjusted. Idleness, life without purpose or motivation, sinks you into that pit. From those depths, love only feels like pity, not something freely given but coerced. It could be taken at any moment, no security, no safety, never earned. Fruitless effort is a falsehood. Effort is needed for any endeavor, even getting up in the morning. They say make your bed first thing, and no matter how bad the day goes, at least you got home to a made bed. But the sting to my pride that I couldn't do it alone feels damning. It feels like the first step was insurmountable, and my goal would forever be out of reach. Then I talked to my father. He is the antithesis of the wise man's sage sitting atop a mountain, yet embodies it quite well all the same. He told me a story of a woman he taught. She struggled to the point of desperation with push-ups. It became enough of a worry that she wished to quit altogether. The fact that some of her peers did them so effortlessly around her made the disparity painfully apparent. She would try and try for 10, but was unable to even do 1. So my father said something very simple. Then do 1. Your goal is not realistic. Going from 0 to 10 won't happen when the mechanics to do 1 don't exist. The failure feels so crushing and absolute because it was never within your reach. It feels hopeless because it was. So she focused on performing 1, just 1, and her face lit up when she succeeded after day-by-day bouts of effort. It was equally simple to figure out how to proceed. Now do another. It eventually led her to her goal of 10. It felt like the weight of 1,000 tomorrows was lifted from me. I broke down. I set my goal of 30 days and failed on the first step. I felt absolutely crushed by the daunting idea of a year, with full knowledge of the pain I'd cause if I should ever slip from then to eternity. My pride was crushed that I could not do it alone, but my heart was broken without the idea of support. my confidence shattered by the idea of a wrong step, stayed my feet and brought me low into that pit. All my wasted yesterdays felt like a chain pulling me down, while all my tomorrows felt like the very earth upon my shoulders. What burdens did tomorrow bring if I have not met them yet? Yesterday may have hobbled my steps or slowed my gait, but not crippled me. My father said simply, one step at a time. A wrong footfall can be rectified with the next. 2 steps forward is progress despite that 1 step back. And both are better than the sinking shadow step of indecision. I felt I was inadequate. I felt defeated. I felt it was better to spare others my future failures before the foundation was even laid, before the first storm even came. I braced for collapse. The intangible weight of all my tomorrows could be bested by what I did today. One day may be better than another, or feel like a step back, but it brings me farther down a path than my eye on that mountaintop ever did. Everything felt a bit more manageable then. I saw my mistakes and the reality of the situation a bit more clearly. But I wasn't mourning a future I could never have, or the expectations I would fail to meet. I felt the support from someone I loved and an understanding. He did not hate me for when I may falter in a supposed future, nor did he allow me to trade pity for love with my past. There was no blame, just a reintegration of self in the sea of uncertainty I made, and the reinterpretation of expectation. I'm not one to reach for the stars or burn up in the attempt, or make a tower of Babel to enter the heavens. I am quite simple in my wants and needs, but I shall have no fear of tomorrow, because I still have today. It may not be perfect, it may not be clean, but I can forgive myself for a misstep and not dwell on the one not taken, or the one in a prophetic delirium. To let go of that fear was not a full release, and it will rear its ugly head again. But all that needs to be said is one day at a time. What step did you take today? I mourned what could have been too soon and too deeply. For no crop grows without the right conditions of sun, water, and soil. I failed to cultivate a soil tended alone. I disarmed myself worrying about the weeds and pests and the fruits before the seed even took. Just as the 3 sisters. The cornstalk grows tall, with the beans using it to reach the sun and feed the soil, while the wide squash leaves cover the ground to protect the roots and suppress the weeds. And the Lenape get to eat all 3. What a deal. I was crushed that I couldn't do it alone, but no one can. I always laughed at the self-made man, thinking he birthed himself in some immaculate conception and raised himself in a barren landscape without a shred of prior foundation. But ego aside, for I am just the kind of silly fellow to think I have all the answers until feelings, best logic, and my own shortcomings and blind spots hit me in the face. I was deeper in that pit than I ever was, thinking of how unworthy a wretch I am with all my wasted potential. But I was thinking of a week, a month, a year, an eternity. One day at a time brings smaller victories, but victories all the same, and smaller defeats along with them. No need to fall on your sword or have every encounter be a Pyrrhic affair. With mercy and grace comes true forgiveness and understanding. With effort comes fruit, but better not to focus on what isn't here yet, one day at a time.